Hi, hello, my name is Andre, I'm from Brazil, and the purpose of this video is to offer feedback about the mod Restore the tutorial narrative made by epigamesh on Steam Workshop, and it is for the game xcom2. So, um, so recently I met this mod and I really enjoyed the experience, the idea to offer um, the possibility to play the tutorial the way we think it should be played, you know, without the need to play the tutorial itself, you know. Um, I really think it was a really cool idea, and I have some feedback to offer about what, in my perspective, could be changed in order to make the experience much more um, interesting and challenging. Okay, so um, the first thing I noticed is that the Jenny Kelly is on that mod a ranger, and so she is using a shotgun and not an assault rifle, which kinda breaks with the idea from the cinematics, the mod. And so I found a way to make her start as a rookie, not that difficult to be honest. But the setback is that when she is promoted, she can be promoted to a random class, you know. But this can be easily reverted if we use the mod choose my class, and inside that mod we change the number of available classes to choose to 4 instead of 3, you know. So that way we can grant that Jane Kelly will become a ranger. Also about Peter and Anna, the two original Gatecrashers, they can be made as rookies by changing the class. If it is like 1 to make their rank as a squaddy, and you choose 0, they will come as rookies, and so with the equipment proper of a rookie, so assault rifle and a grenade. So that part is really simple to do. Um, okay, um, moving on about Bradford. Um, so in the tutorial, Bradford is not put as a ranger, but like a rookie. So he has access to the assault rifle and also a grenade, and that's it, you know. So I think it would be much more interesting to make him that way. So just use the Bradford from the vanilla version. Of course, we want to have access to all his cool um, abilities and so on, but it will make the experience much more near to the original idea of the tutorial. You know, so limited resources, the need to rush with that rescue, and so on, you know. And the fact that if we have the buffed Bradford with access to all ranger tools to maneuver in the field, it is pretty easily to manage a big amount of advent troops without much problem, you know. So it kind of breaks the experience somehow, you know. So I think it would be a good thing to use the Bradford from the vanilla version, where he is basically a rookie. And on top of that, this change would take off the need of using the Alien Hunters DLC. Okay, so why is that a thing? I sincerely tried to like this DLC, you know, and I really don't like that DLC because okay, so the plot involving that DLC is kind of interesting. Of course, you make apex predators and so on, and you create an excuse to explain why those predators exist and so on. But the implementation of that idea is kind of shit. Okay, so I didn't like the experience of fighting that predators are kind of lame, really lame. It's more like a chore than like a real challenge. It's like, oh my god, shit, man. It really annoys me, you know, annoys me to a point that I stopped use your mod because of that DLC. Do you get my idea? Do you get my point? So yes, I had fun with your mod and so on, but the necessity to have this DLC installed made me quit the mod, you know, even though I really liked your mod. But let's say my hate for that DLC was bigger. But okay, anyway, moving on. I get at this point, I think at this point you get my idea. So vanilla Bradford would be way more in order than the buffed Bradford. Okay, also another changes. So the need to hack that door, I think it will be a good addition because it will demand some time and resources to make that action happen, you know. So if you have one soldier having to hack that door, you have one less soldier shooting at Advent, you see. So it makes you rush more to complete the mission, you see. So I think if it is possible to make that, it will be much more interesting, a thing to do, you know. Also, the fact that the commander should be unconscious. Okay, I am not saying you should make a way to make us open the chamber and no, not that. Just having him lying on the floor unconscious and make necessary to carry him to the evac point, you know, because like on the door, like the hacked door, it would require one soldier to carry the commander, and so that soldier wouldn't be able to shoot back to Advent, and also would be vulnerable and therefore would require assistance to protect him from Advent, you know. So these small changes change all the logic when executing this this mission, you know. Okay, so about Dragonova. In one of my tests, Dragonova died, you see. And so the mission was a success anyway. And so it made me think in two possibilities. The first one is taking off Dragonova from the the tutorial, you know. I think it is a good idea to have her there because well, since she found the way and so on, it kind of makes sense she would be there to guide us. But on the other hand, her absence is not also a problem, because if she already checked the place and saw the place, offered the necessary intel and so on, um, it is okay for us to invade that area, explode everything, and fuck off from there. Simple as that. You know. And so two possibilities: take her off from the mission, or made a rule there, like it is for Bradford and Jane Kelly. She can't be dead. She must stay conscious. You see? Because if she dies on the tutorial and after that the mission is a success, how can we explain she on the lost mission alive? You know? And so that's some points I found to share here. Aside of that, I really like it. I will tell you again. I really like the idea, the mod, and also the sequence of the facts, the missions and so on, and in special the fact that which would be the first mission when we play in vanilla without the tutorial, is the logic sequence on your mod. Because when we play the tutorial in vanilla, that mission don't happen. It might be another mission, and so on. And so I think that mission where we explode the high profile place is really on point, is really interesting, and so I really like that. Oh, okay, about the reinforcements. On my gameplays, I recorded and made some changes about the quantity of reinforcements and so on, and well, um, having constant reinforcements is a good thing because it adds pressure, but it would be much more interesting if Advent wasn't so shy to shoot at us, because sometimes they had large numbers, and instead of shooting and trying to kill us at any cost, they just kept it like Overwatch and waiting and walking here, walking there, and So if you know about a mod which makes them more proactive to shoot at us, it will be a good addition. Or if you can change the rule, to make them more interested in shooting at us, will be the experience much more enjoyable. Why do I say that? Because the idea from the tutorial is to feel the urgency, the pressure to make that rescue um, a reality, So if we don't have Advent shooting at us relentlessly, it might break the idea, the experience, And so I think that's all I had to say for now. I am recording that video because if I would try to make it all in texts and share in the comments there, it will be super long, and for sure it will annoy you and all the community there. And that's it. So I thank you for the time you are offering me to listen to me, and thank you for the mod. And I hope you might find a way to implement these ideas, in special about that where the DLC is taking off, you know. And that's it. Thank you for everything and bye.